Good morning, everybody. I figure I'd show y'all the Bluetti that I got last video. If you haven't watched my last video, I had one in the mail that I bought, and I've got two other ones, but it finally arrived about a week ago, and I've been trying it out, making sure everything's good with it and everything. I've got three Bluettis now. This one is a brand new one I bought straight from Bluetti, and I forget exactly, but I'm thinking I give $15.99, $14.99, something like that. Works great. This one here I bought off of eBay, off of individual. They, from what they told me, they owned it for about 6 months, used it very little, and just didn't use it enough to keep it, and thought they'd try to get their money back. And at first they were asking $1,200, and I negotiated a little bit with them. I got it for $900 shipped, which wasn't bad at all. Looked at the paperwork and everything, date and all on it. I mean, they were telling the truth as far as I can tell. I've never had an issue out of it. Well, then I decided to get this one. I seen this one on eBay. A guy or an individual sells refurbished ones from Bluetti. He's a refurbished dealer, I guess, Bluetti dealer, however you want to say it. But he had this one on there for $850 and $51 shipping. So not $901. It was actually $900.99 is what I paid. And someone had bought it, I guess. That's what refurbished is. Just like me, I bought this one brand new, and they send it to you, and you might use it a little bit, and let's say it gets a glitch or, something happens. To be honest with you, most ones, people put too much on them, or they do something to short them out. They get a little problem. Well, Bluetti will send them back, free of charge. You send them back to them. They'll pay the shipping and all, and they'll either send you a new one or refund you. But they'll fix it, and then it's considered a refurbished, which nothing wrong with them. Some might have a few scratches, some might not have none. Just you don't know how people treated them. But I asked the seller on this one, very detailed, asked every question in the world. They said this one was in perfect shape, that I couldn't even tell it from new, all but right here on top, and I know you can't see it. It's like someone laid something up here, and just a little bit of a skid mark, kind of, just irritated the plastic a little. No big deal. You'd never see it if I didn't point it out. But I look at everything. But other than that, there ain't a scratch on this one. It's just what they said. I've run it for a week. I've run my 2 deep freezers, my 2 full-size refrigerators, sometimes my cameras, security cameras outside, and my 70-inch TV. It's worked great, just like my new one. The new one I purchased right there, and the used one, I mean, no complaints. I was really expecting to get something that was marked up, beat up, maybe honestly didn't even work correctly. But I have had no issues, very happy with it. The seller so far has been very honest about it. And I was really surprised with the seller, because they even told me, not through Bluetti, but through them personally, they said they'd give me a 2-year warranty with it, as long as I do a review video on it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not making no money off of them or nothing. The only thing is, they told me they would give me a 2-year warranty with them, and they would either fix or replace it. So, for $901, that's not a bad deal, and I do appreciate it from the seller. They were very honest. It was here within, they shipped it by about a week and a half. They done ground FedEx. Took a little longer, but hey, not complaining. Love it. Everything works on it. These things are great. If they wasn't, I wouldn't have 3 of them. Because, I mean, for a poor boy, that's a lot of money to invest. But I've got these 3 now, which right there, that's 6,000 watts together. Plus, I've got my 2 Alcatels, they're 2,000 watts each. So right there's 10,000. If I have a blackout, I'm pretty much covered. Plus, I've got the little Alcatel, I think it's a 520 right there. So altogether, 10,500 watts I've got to play with and use in an emergency. But I'm telling you, if you are looking into a solar generator, all jokes aside, I highly recommend the Bluetti. Any model, to be honest with you. But if you're serious about wanting to do your refrigerator or something like that in a blackout, get at least a 2,000 watt. These are 2,000 watt, and I forget the peak. 4,000 peak. 4,000 watt peak is what it is. So like when your refrigerator kicks on and it really boosts the energy, sucks the juice, it'll go up to 4,000 watts. I've never ever hit near 4,000 watts. My refrigerator, when I first plug it up, it'll peak, and I'm going to say it's like 900, 950, you know, that's all. But I highly recommend Bluetti. These are the ac200P, and the newer model to it is the ac200P Max, and they're great. I mean, they're the only difference is on the Max, instead of 4 outlets here, or 6 outlets here, excuse me, you've got 4, and then on the Max, it's got like the RV plug-in right there to plug in an RV, you know. But these are great. And I also, truly, I mean, I recommend the Alcatel. They're great. They're 2,000 watt, 4,000 watt peak. And only difference is between the Alcatel and the Bluetti. Honestly, the Bluetti will run anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour longer, depending on what you're doing. But if you do apples to apples, like if you take the same refrigerator, plug the Bluetti up at full charge till it discharges and it shuts off, it will run about an hour to 45 minutes longer than this one will. But these right here, the Alcatels, you can buy them brand new. A good deal on them is $900, but usually they're $1,000 to $1,100. You know, you do save some money. And they've got the same outlets, 6 outlets, AC outlets. Same, I mean, honestly, it's the same hookups, everything. There's really not much difference. But on these, like I said, right now they're on sale for $12.99, you know, plus tax. But either one, they're great. But right now, this one is running, it's been running since about 7:30, 15 to 8 this morning. And I'm just down to 83% out of 100, which the sun ain't out that great. But I'm running that deep freezer, refrigerator there. Sorry about the spinning. This refrigerator, and that deep freezer, stand-up deep freezer. But yeah, you can't go wrong. And the reason I've got all of these, to be honest with you, you know, we have blackouts, and I've got 2 gasoline generators, but man, they're noisy. You got to get gas. You've got to stretch out all your extension cords from outside, bring them in the house. So that means either you got to leave a door cracked for the cord, or you've got to bring it through a window and leave it cracked. That means bugs getting in. You know, you already ain't got no AC, because I mean, you ain't gonna charge no heat pump, you know, air and heat unit outside to these right here. But again, I'm a poor boy. But besides the AC and heat, you know, I've got a fireplace in there, propane, so right there's my heat. AC, you can take a window unit, put in your bedroom, you know, put it in the window or your living room, and plug it up to these, and they will run it. Don't think they won't. They will run it. And like I said, you know, 2,000 watts each. Right there's 3 of them, so that's 6,000, 8,000, 10,000. Now the 500, they will not run a AC unit or refrigerator or nothing, but they will charge your phones. Turn on the light here, maybe you can see it better. There it is. That's the Alcatel. I forget the model name of it. I'll have to look right here. The Alcatel portable power station. I'm wanting to say it's a 520 or a 540, something like that. I'd have to look, but same maker as that, and it's a great little, hold it in there. It will run your TVs, my security system cameras, it'll run that, but charge your cell phones, you know, anything like that. And they're great, and then no problem with it either. It's been a dandy. You've got your little lighter port there. Your barrel ports. Right there's where you hook up your brick to charge it. On and off switch. 2 outlets, AC outlets. USB ports. And these are the quick charges. Right there is the USB port. But nice little handle on top. Probably weighs about, I'd say about 30 pounds, 25, 30 pounds. Not bad, you can carry it. But yeah, they're good for that. But if you're really wanting to do your refrigerator, a freezer, you know, stuff like that, a window unit, at least get a 2,000 watt generator or above. You know, they make 3,000, they go up to 5. I've seen they got new ones out now, 8,000. But, you know, these are your average 2,000. And I'm telling you, it's just, I love them. That's why I've got so many of them. Because during a blackout, I can go all through the night and all through the day. I ain't got no worries. As one's running my refrigerator and freezers, whatever's empty, I'll have it on solar. I've got a 700 watt solar, 7 100 watt solar panels, which is total of 700 on my building for the Bluettis. And with the voltage and all, each one's a little different. On my Bluetti, or my Alcatel here, they only take in 500 watts. So I've got 210 watt panels, which is 420. It'll take up to 500. So I got them on a good deal. So that's what I got for these. A little slower charging, but they still charge great, no problem. Both of them. These right here, the Bluettis, they'll take up to 700 watts. But in order for it to kick on, your voltage, I forget what it is, but it's like 34 or 35 volts just to get it to start taking in solar, which on the Alcatel, I'm wanting to think it's like 25, you know, so they're different. You know, I can't hook up my Alcatel solar panels to these because it don't put off enough voltage. But I've got everything worked out. Got the wires under my house, so no cords through the house. You know, they're all under the house. I just got little plug-ins popping up in the rooms. Just plug my refrigerator up in the kitchen, plug the refrigerator and freezer up in the dining room. Come in here, take this extension cord, plug it up. I'm good to go. Right there's my mess. Right here's my solar. Right now it's going into it. You can see it's going up through right there to the side of it. But yeah, you can do pretty much your whole house on these things. You know, like I said, all but a heat pump, you know, unless you get a huge one, you know, 8,000 watt, then you better have a lot of solar panels too. But, you know, if your power goes out, get your window unit, stick in, hook it up to this, no problems. But I just told y'all I'd let y'all know how it went with it on my last video. I told you I had one in the mail, so I wanted to follow up with you. Any questions, please comment, ask. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. Helps me. But anybody have any questions, just let me know, and pretty soon I'll make another video on another unit, or we might go out there and get on look at the solar panels, do something like that. So any questions, just let me know, and I thank you very much. God bless everybody. Have a good one till next time.